For anyone following up the ongoing investigations into the Nssf Saga by a select committee of Parliament will notice that all that glitters is indeed not gold.
The evidence I shall give touching the matter.
This applies as the amount of money getting lost at the fund could soon outcompete the sum of funds saved by workers.
We invested 2.3 billion in constructions related to a golf course, I think in Arua, and we lost that money.
To the extent that we've not given up, I would argue that efforts are still being made to ensure that that money is recovered.
Is it accruing interest? Because it should be for the saver to benefit.
Day by day, the respondents representing Nssf continue to apply delay tactics to avoid inevitable judgments as the books do not balance.
We spent over 2.6 billion on this smart card. A team, a verification team traveled to India to validate the functionality. This is very key. The functionality, and you came back and gave a report of its functionality that led to the procurement of this card.
The functionality of the card is a technical question which requires to be answered by an IT person. And I'm sure my friend Benon...
Yours, we're talking about the one you have, the one you left home the other day.
Yes.
What was on this card?
It was a card with a print, I think, of the pension towers picture on it. And its purpose was to assist me, just in case I wanted to know my balances, I can go to the machine and get it.
On Thursday this week, the Nssf board pinned former Managing Director Richard Byarugaba behind the framework for the 1.8 billion funds for corporate social responsibility, which later turned out to be a cash bonanza benefiting top management of Nssf, including board members, Minister for Gender, and the two trade unions of NOTU and COF2 respectively.
He was with Dr. Silva Mujishai discussing the other things. Then Byarugaba himself came with a phone and opened and scored it that in the budget we shall have this one for you.
Former MD Byarugaba threw the ball to the Chief Financial Officer Stephen Mwanje'S, who he alleges sent him the breakdown of the budget through a WhatsApp message.
It's here. Share with the chairperson.
Byarugaba showed the committee the message, although Mwanje'S denied having knowledge of the matter.
Director Finance, don't delete any chat, please.
CID, can you kindly retrieve that phone?
Don't.
Are you called Stevens? On 4th of May 2022 at 12:10 p.m. You sent this slide to this mobile phone.
Mr. Chairman, I have no recollection at all.
So,
okay.
This forced the committee to confiscate the two phones and handed them to CID Department of Parliament to follow up.
You have another mobile phone here?
Yes.
Where is the mobile phone?
No, everything is here.
This is the only phone?
Yes, everything. I have another.
Where is the second mobile phone?
The second line is in here.
Can you go to the second WhatsApp?
Despite reliable reports that Nssf is on course to achieve its strategic target of growing assets base to 20 trillion shillings by 2025, concerns have been raised regarding irregularities likely to affect its image, thus calling upon Parliament to be considerate.
We have learned clearly, without even waiting for your findings, there are issues that we've identified where clearly we've got to go back to the drawing board and change course, but the brand is suffering. And at the end of the day, if we are looking at the interest of the member, the earlier we restore that confidence in the fund, the better.
And it just feels sad that my name continues to be tarnished by my former boss, sorry. So I can only appeal to you maybe to do something about it. I don't know what powers the committee has.
As Parliament concludes the investigations this Friday, the respondents' body language describes sigh of relief. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabingi, UBC News.